Good morning, afternoon, Keller Williams.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were going to get the good morning.
I can't do the 11, 15, 12, 15.
Central time is still morning.
It is still morning.
Yeah.
We're the only on the East Coast over here. We're the only ones. It's still morning for our buddy Evan here, right?
Just for a little bit longer.
That's
Central
right.
time it is.
So we are back. We're back. If you don't know this guy that is on screen with us, you might know Peter and I, although our audience was very small. But we're making inroads.
Growing.
Right? Yeah.
Growing.
This is Labs Advisors Live. And we're back. What'd you say, Evan?
I like the first name. That was good. We should actually change that logo.
I know, right? We are back, and if you remember Labs Advisors Live, you know our guest today, Evan Ransom. Yay!
What's up? What's happening?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm just glad that it's back. I'm glad that it's back, and I'm glad. I mean, y'all look way better than I do on this.
Oh, stop it.
My goodness.
So let me ask you this, Evan. What's been going on since last Labs Advisors Live aired? For you, specifically.
Now I got to remember, when the last one was that aired.
I tried to go back, and I couldn't quite figure it out. It's been like a year?
We did it for a year and a half. And then I think we all just got very busy. And I think we ran out of people to interview. And then it started becoming a thing where we were spending a lot more time trying to find people that wanted to come on or weren't repeat guests. And then I think it got to a point where Joe and Kimber and I, we have our other jobs that we had to do. And my job was starting to get busy. And then we just kind of let it go. And it came up again recently that we wanted to bring it back, but we weren't sure if we wanted to dedicate or had the time to dedicate the same way that it probably needs to be treated, or that we were as skilled enough to even be doing it at all to begin with. And then I look over and I'm already so excited. I see this amazing looking studio over here. And I know that we made the right choice in bringing you guys.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
It's over.
It is. And I know I'll let Peter speak for himself, too, but we're humbled and very honored that you asked us to carry the torch on, and thank you guys for that.
Yes, the Olympic torch, right?
That's right.
So we've got a few people watching. Just want to quickly mention that Evan is going to cover two really cool topics today.
Awesome things today.
So we're going to look at one of the little glitches that appears sometimes when you're connecting your Facebook business page to command for advertising. It comes up with no admin available and then an admin error. Evan's worked out a solution, which is awesome. So we're going to cover that. And we're also going to look at the AI aspects of the ad creation tools.
Awesome.
So it's going to be cool. So stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So let's get through this stuff. We do have some important stuff here. So as always, we want to talk about our culture here at Keller Williams. And we are going to be going through the MVVBP as we always do. So our mission here at Keller's I cannot talk today.
Kellers William.
I think I'm starstruck with the fact that Evan's here.
Call Joe back. Here we go.
Yeah, I know, right? So our mission here at Keller Williams is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. That legacy is worth leaving. That's the big one, right? A lot of people don't understand that when you are a real estate entrepreneur, that you own your own business. And that is actually something, not only can you sell your book of business like an insurance company or anything like that, but especially with Keller Williams, you have a profit share that you can will on to your heirs. So awesome stuff there. And real quick, get to know your Labs advisor. Evan's got a lot of stuff, so we're not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to pick some. Dude, we really want to get to know you, Evan.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pick some randoms. Evan, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Mine too. I would ask you what
your red. It should be red.
I know, right?
Just saying.
I would ask you what your favorite genre of music is, but I know that you are all over the place with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right?
that's a hard question to answer.
I know.
I don't know. I like every genre of music. So I feel like if you don't like a genre of music, you're just robbing yourself. Come
True.
on, man.
I
It's
love
all
that.
good.
Love
It's
that.
all good.
Open the mind. What's your favorite piece of tech, hardware or software?
Thank you for skipping the following question. My favorite piece of tech right now, hardware or software. Ooh, that's good. I feel like I've always really loved OBS a whole lot, even though I know we're on StreamYard. StreamYard has a lot of good stuff. But for hardware, I've really been enjoying, and this is the gamer moment in me coming out, but the Steam Deck has been pretty cool as a little Linux theme. Because it plays games. It's a game. It's a gaming PC in your hand, that's what it is. But it runs Linux.
I remember when you busted that out at Mega Leadership, and everybody was like, "Oh."
It's a cool little thing for the price.
Yeah,
it's super cool. That and VR, anything VR related, super into that. I love it.
Awesome. Okay, and then to put you on the spot, who's your favorite celebrity?
Brett Bishop.
Oh, stop it.
100%.
All right, we're moving on. All right, buddy, we're gonna let you take it away.
Good deal. Right on. So I put my screen in the backstage area.
Yep.
So we can kind of go over a couple of things. But mainly, what I want to start off with is we're here to talk about the new campaigns applet, right? That's been out for what I want to say almost 3 months now. If you have not gotten a chance to use it yet, you should right off the bat. You really should get it and check it out and give it a shot. But we've been doing a lot of testing with it over the last couple of months, and we're starting to really get a good groove of lead flow through our Facebook ads. And I'm going to show that off in a little bit and kind of some of the results. I may as well actually, let's see if I already have it pulled up somewhere. I think I do. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm just going to pull up the most recent ad that we did just so people can kind of see what kind of numbers we're getting. But we've been getting $4.99 cost per lead.
Awesome.
On a $100 budget. And so if we kind of look at how many contacts, I think it's going to show all their contact info. Yeah, it does. Of course it does.
Hey, Evan, we lost your screen. Hold on.
You lost my screen?
There we go. Okay.
You found my screen.
Yep.
Yes, there it is. Beautiful. We've gotten 17 leads off it this month on a simple $100 budget over the course of about 21 days. Now, I'm not saying that's the budget you should use or the amount of time that you should use, right? 17 days, I should say. But that's what we've been doing when we've been testing with it. And this has been awesome. This has been using the AI copy that we're going to talk about later because I did the exact same listing the month before. Did not use the AI copy. Just tried to make something that I thought was really, really good. Significant difference in cost per lead. Significant difference in how many contacts. Everything else is the exact same. The same photos used, the same listing itself, the same general idea that we were trying to advertise. Just did not get the same results in September that we did in October, right? So just to kind of show off that there are the results you get, we'll actually show you how to use the AI copy here in just a moment. But the number one thing that I've seen that's been stopping people from getting in and using the new campaigns applet is a fun little bug that when you go to connect your account, and you can raise your hand in the chat or say anything in the comments, we do see those, where it says, hey, you're not the owner of your page or the admin of your page, and so you can't use this feature. And people kind of get stuck there because they'll go to their Facebook account and they'll go look, and well, they are the owner of that account. So what do we do from there? And I think what's happening, and this is not going to be for everyone, but this could be a good catch-all. This is what fixed it for me. Was I'm going to go to my name. I'm going to go to settings. I've disconnected everything just so we can try to restart it. And I'm going to go and do the paid ad settings under the Facebook Ads Manager, which is going to pull me into this area. We'll give it a moment to load. So this is the new campaigns applet. And the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure I add a Facebook page, right? So I'm going to continue with Facebook. Now, the reason why I think a lot of people are getting this, right, because when we get over to here, right, we just hit reconnect, which is the obvious thing that you would want to do. I'm going to tell you, click on Edit Previous Settings. Right, and then go back. Oopsies, Edit Previous Settings. And then make sure that Opt into all current and future businesses is selected. Well, I saw a lot for me. It was this opt into current business only is what it was set to. Well, I happen to actually have a couple of different Facebook business accounts that I've made, not on purpose. And I know I'm not the only one. I have this right here. I have this tech tips thing. I don't even know what this is, to be entirely honest with you. But this is not all the. So there are pages that are in here. So if I select all, I go to continue. Come here, you. There's pages under that business page. And that's what was missing for me, was the particular page that I was trying to use, which was this one. This one happened to be unselected. But I never would have noticed had I not gone back and looked and made sure that those were selected. I'm just going to use opt-in for all just to make it super obvious what we're doing here. And I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to say, hey, I want to use, I'll just do select all. Sure. Great. Save. And so now, whatever page I want to use, it's going to take me back into command, and it's going to let me link whatever page I want. So from before, it still lists all the pages, but if I didn't have it selected on that previous module we were on, you would click on it here, and it would say, oh, no, you actually can't do that, is what it would come up with. Watch it do it right now. Just to
Interesting. Well, and when you were in that previous...
Now it works. Yeah.
That's awesome. When you were in that previous window too, like I noticed that you had to scroll down, right? A lot of times you have to scroll and you don't realize there's a scroll. Like when I left this amazing guest of ours that just popped up here, she was backstage, but I had to scroll to find her. But anyway, Kimber, would you like to say hi?
Hi. How are all of you? I just have to comment on your background, Brett and Peter. It is like level 10.
That's what I'm saying.
I need you guys to come and fix my living room to look like that.
Well, thank you, Kimber. That's nice.
Yes.
Good to see you, Kimber.
Yeah. Yeah. Proceed. Sorry, I was late.
We're going to make her answer all the questions I had to answer too, right?
Okay. Yeah. Drill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that later.
Good deal. But yeah, that's the thing that I pointed out that I noticed with a lot of the agents I've been working with, where they're seeing that. And we would go in, and if you had already connected it before, there's already like those rules are set. And unless you hit the go back and edit your previous settings, you won't see that, oh, it wasn't selected before. I have no clue where Facebook decided what I had picked before came from, because it certainly wasn't what I had selected, right? It didn't make any sense to me why it would have been that. But that's where the issue was, and it was fixed.
Awesome. I'm glad that you pointed that out, because I think we can all attest to the fact that we saw multiple command Facebook groups with this situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely rampant. And so thank you, Evan, for figuring that out. That's awesome.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously, if you get to you do all that and it still doesn't work, get a ticket in with KW support and work through them with that. I don't know if what I did is going to solve everyone's problem that has that issue. I have had run people that actually weren't owners or admins of their own pages because they hired someone 3 years ago to manage their page, and I guess there wasn't a proper offboarding of that service, and so they didn't have actual control of their page. That's another thing that I keep seeing over and over again. But yeah, if you've been getting that, hopefully that fixes it for you, and you can start to enjoy the different options that you have in here. And I think the next thing I wanted to point out, and I'll try to keep it short, is just that AI part that we were talking about before, right? And how useful that can be. So what I'm going to do, show how that works, is I'm going to go into listings, because I want to make a listing program. Now, program is a type of ad that I want to make. So I'm going to hit create program, and they've got some blueprints that I can use. Now, typically, I like to look for the ones that, in this case, all of them have it. That Facebook lead form being in here. I don't know if you could see it well on the broadcast, but like they'll say here, single image listing, Facebook, Instagram includes Facebook lead form. Depending on which thing you picked, like branding or attract buyers or sellers or dynamic or whatever, you may see other options where it'll use like destination lead gen. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now to use that Facebook lead gen form over anything else whenever you get a chance. There should be an option for it on every ad type. I always like to use those. So I'm just going to do multi-image listing. Use the first one just to be simple.
Evan, just to hold you up right there. now with the new experience, we are looking to choose ads that already have the Facebook lead capture form as part of that ad campaign, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, whereas before it had to be selected in the old experience, and that's where most agents were having issues with not getting leads and everything because they were sending them to a landing page that didn't have anything to capture.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other reason why I like it, right? Because you might be using a different CRM, right? You could be in a different one, and you might have a website where there's lead capture and it's good. That's awesome. I would still hold you to the test to say I think the Facebook lead gen form is going to outperform no matter where you are, right? The reason being for that is the Facebook lead gen form captures people's information at the height of their curiosity. They have just clicked on your ad. They've decided, ooh, whatever this is, I'm interested, and they've clicked on it. And before they get to destination, Facebook's going to interrupt right then and get that information, right?
I love that. It's capturing it at the height of their curiosity. They are in the process of being curious to move forward.
And so I'm going to capture more leads that way, right? Because I'm not going to lose people that got to the site or the landing page, saw the price of the listing, and went, oh, it's not my budget. I'm just going to look at something else now, right? It's going to get them before they get to that point so I can talk to them, right? Because, maybe that listing's not in their price range. But they're looking for a house, and, oh, how great. They have a realtor going to be connecting with them that can help them find the property that's right for them after talking with them. So, Facebook page, I'm just going to go ahead and select the one that I had selected a second ago. I'm going to do listings. And from here, I'm just going to pick a random one, but obviously best to use one for. Actually, Brett, do you got one? Anybody here on the call got one that I could just use?
A listing?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick a random one.
I sold all mine. Anything come to mind, Peter?
No.
I
don't compete with the agents.
That's right.
Colorado Drive looks amazing.
Awesome. And I was just going to add, when I teach on how to do the new paid ad experience, I always tell agents to just search by their name. Honestly, there's so many different, as you could see by that drop down, ways you can search. And even if it's your own name, 1234 North Main Street or 1234 Main Street, sometimes the coordinate or sometimes the word road is RD. And so if you don't have it exactly how the MLS is pulled in the address, sometimes it doesn't pull up. Usually names of people are easier. So that's just my little tip for you when you're searching for your listing.
100.
Yeah, that's an awesome tip. Also, road directions like Southwest. Is it before the street name or after the street name? Right.
Oh, we are so bad with coordinates in the state of Utah, so that's probably why I've created that rule. But it's better that way. Yeah,
absolutely. Perfect. So, in targeting is the next option. Listing locations, obviously, a perfectly fine targeting option because you're targeting a radius around the actual address of the listing, which is good. Or if you want to use custom location, right? Maybe you're advertising a luxury listing and you want to capture in Nashville. We have a lot of folks from California coming over, so maybe I pick a couple of markets that have a high immigration rate to Nashville. I could select those custom locations here by using a city or a zip code. I'm just going to use listing location for now and move right along. But you have those two options for targeting. Now, this is the part that's super cool. I love it. All right, so on my body text, I can write with AI by using this. Now, I typically take out the price and city. I'm just going to check out my lead listing. I'm going to suggest with AI, and it's just going to come up with something really quick based off the information from the MLS, right? So this custom-built home offers 5 beds, 3 baths, plus over 300 square feet of living space for the beauty of fall colors, your side entry, garage, private wooded lot with mature trees and meandering creek, high elf furnace, and then it cuts off. Right? It does this because it's trying to write a bit more than is allowed in the character count.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. You can take this and I can go boom. And for the ad where I got the $5 a lead listing that showed off earlier, I just took out that last sentence and left it. Now I did change the style a few times. I really liked this. So I went, let's do vibrant. It will kind of change the tone of what's written.
Cool.
I love that.
What I did when I was doing is I picked a few of them. I think I landed on caring is where I ended up.
I love
That's
it.
funny.
I can't remember exactly which.
What's emotional?
Oh, let's find out. I can't wait. Emotional. This stunning.
Breathtaking.
Shed tears of joy as you enter
colors of mature trees while hosting friends and family. Don't miss, right? It gets so I just landed on one that sounded like something I might say, right?
Well, that totally sounds like you.
Yeah, that's definitely me. Definitely me, 100%. And then I just hit apply, and then suddenly, boom, that's the body of my post. Right?
That's awesome.
And then for
so
headline,
can I just add one thing? So again, it's more mindset. Like I know sometimes, especially if it's our listing, right? Like we start to get invested in that house. We're like, oh, you guys, you've never seen a backyard like this. Stop yourself and just think of the intention behind what you're doing right now, which is creating an ad to capture leads and to capture as many leads as possible. And so as much as you can have that wording be very direct and give them the information, but also have somewhat of a call to action as far as here's what you're going to get when you click learn more. It's going to just create a better ad that's going to get more leads.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's the point. That's what we care about, right?
Yep.
We can do the same
whatever
thing
it takes to bring those leads.
I'm going to ask it for a headline. Boom. Change style. Let's go emotional again. Secure your future in Westchester. There we go. That's all I did.
We need one that says transformational, right, Peter?
I mean, who's not?
So,
wait, is transformational
as much as I like this, right? It is cool and it's convenient, but that's not a call to action. So what you should really have next to the Learn More button, which will appear in the bottom right-hand corner, is see 30+ pics, maps, info, and more. Because they want to know what they're getting for the click, right? Because the exchange is my name, address, and email for the mofo, which is the information. So I find it better to write in there that call to action. It really, the click rate goes through the roof. The number of leads and the lead cost drops.
If you couldn't decipher the English accent, that was mofer, not mo. That was mofer.
Oh, it was eloquent. I love it.
You guys keep saying AI like you're Scottish. Like AI.
Sorry, we wouldn't be co-hosting if we weren't ripping on each other for being across the pond from each other.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. Headline's cool. You can put price in there. You can experiment, right, Evan? Try different ad sets. Split your
I typically put the price out when I was doing the AI. I would always take the price out.
So the argument for that is if the lead can afford the property, it'll be a higher quality lead. But the downside is less leads will come in if you put the price, because people will click to find out the price. So again,
it depends what the price of the house is too, right?
Yeah. But I'm all about doing 3 or 4 ad sets. So split your budget, maybe do, if you're going to do $100, do 4 at 25 and try different ad copy. Then the ones that were working, increase that budget and switch off the ones that are getting less production.
Then it kind of lets you know where to start when you do ads in the future. Because you've benchmarked it.
So you
got to. For me, is that it's using the information from the MLS. To me, I think that's the cool part. It gets that context given to it, right? Because the other important thing to note about AI, right, and it's something that we should always be careful with when we're looking at these. Make sure you are absolutely reading these before you send them out. And this is something I was just talking with someone earlier. We were talking about AI for writing blogs and AI for writing emails. And one of the things that I was warning him, I was like, hey, you got to remember, sometimes AI will lie. And it's not because it's a liar. It doesn't have agency, right? It's not thinking about lying.
It was lied to.
The AI's job is just to tell a convincing story, right? And have a convincing conversation with someone. That's its job. So sometimes the AI will throw some facts out there that it just made up because it was just using words from its library of words that it knows to string together sentences along. It's a good story to look at is the story that was the lawyer that recently filed a brief in a courtroom, and it was entirely AI written, and it included references to cases that weren't real.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
happened.
God.
That actually
Yeah.
happened.
He was like quoting precedents in the AI had just made up
Just
some
made it
law
up.
cases.
Do you get disbarred for something
There's
like
some
that?
law clerk like, I can't find that anywhere.
Yes, that lawyer was disbarred.
Oh wow.
There is
Ugh.
closure to that story because they were like, "Yeah, you can't just you can't do that. That's not."
And in the conversation, as far as we are all professionals that have professional licensing, and so again, sometimes even just little, it's probably rare, but we have a code of ethics.
Yeah.
And so we just always want to check it against our human brains to make
Right.
sure that those rules apply.
Yeah,
Brett
and
Pickett's
there was
in there too. Kimber's
there was-
putting on what Brett Pickett just said, which is plus it may violate federal housing.
that's right.
ChatGPT doesn't know
Correct.
what the fair housing laws are.
Yep.
He doesn't know, right?
Correct.
So still take advantage of the training in your office. ChatGPT is not going to teach you everything, right?
No. It's a time-saving tool,
Yeah.
right? That's the primary.
It's a launch pad for sure.
Yeah.
It's better than that blank slate. Yeah.
I spend a lot of time looking at when this is just completely empty. I spend just ridiculous amounts of time going, listing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I was
area, and then I go,
smart
what do I
20 minutes
say,
ago.
right? I spend a lot of time doing that, but just having this to give me a start.
Well, and that's where a lot of agents freeze, right? Myself included as an agent. It's what do we say? Whether we're talking about creating an ad or video or whatever it is, we get stumped on how to even start. So this goes a long way for that.
Yeah. And you see here, it wrote something completely different this time, right?
Mhm.
You just keep hitting right again until you find one that's about right, then make some small edits and move right along.
Yep.
That's
So
gonna
we
save
gotta-
you
Can I
about 30 minutes.
Got a new labs advisor that popped in here. Well, he's not a new labs advisor, but new to this episode of the
He's
show.
brand new.
Sorry to leave you hanging in the studio, Chris.
It's screaming
No,
like
you're
Mr.
good.
in the background.
Orsini, welcome, buddy.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I just so happen to have a little window where I could pop in, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation. I was just teaching on internet lead gen, so I think one other point that I like to make with this portion specifically is I don't like to advertise features and benefits. Right, the objective is to get people into emotional proximity. Right, and features and benefits are not emotional. What I like to do is tell a story. Right? Ask, say, imagine summer barbecues in this backyard, right? Paint a picture for someone so that they get emotionally invested in this rather than it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom at 2,000 square feet and nobody cares.
It's a good point. It just regurgitates the bulleted information that's already in the listing, right? So that's why when Evan was going through here, I wanted to see what the emotional does. So I think when I'm doing these, I'm going to use the emotional all the time because it creates the most imagery out of what's there. Because you should, like I'm glad that you brought that up because that's really what the point of it is.
I love our.
But so, like with this, I'm going to pull out. Sorry, what was that, Evan?
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'm just making fun of the AI.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the 5 bedrooms, 3-bath, 3,000 square feet. I'm going to pull that information out, and rather than tell the details, tell a story, right? Like, this super roomy primary bedroom where you can enjoy your marriage. I don't know, whatever story you want to tell.
Is that like the best? Is that like the best roommate on the face of the earth? Super roomy? No.
Is what? Sorry, it broke up.
Where'd that go?
Whoa, it's gone. Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's gonna knock down
Right
the background.
Also, you double check this too. That's an incomplete sentence. Perfect for relaxing after a. After a
No,
what?
it's a cliffhanger, dude.
Yeah, that goes down to the character limit. The AI
calls to action are gone. Now it's cliffhangers.
Another personal Kimber rule is that once I click apply, I go look at the right side. If it says see more, I shorten the text.
Yes.
My rule is no
I was
see
gonna
more.
say
Very
that.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That
So
happens, I
you're gonna
believe,
have to
after 125.
Yeah, you're going to have to get 2 clicks to get a lead because they're going to have to click read more and then they're going to have to click again. So yeah, you definitely want to keep that nice and short.
Yep.
Plus, you've got like a 0.6 of a second to get into somebody's brain as they're scanning down the feed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point out
Another tip.
Go ahead.
another tip is, and they might have changed this, but for at least some time, the adding space, so like double returning, would extend the size of the ad, but it wouldn't get you closer to the see more. So I would always, like, every sentence I would double return, not every sentence, but I would, do 2 sentences and then double return to, now you're taking up more real estate on the screen and the white space is a little bit more attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I'll point out, I was going to go back to results, right?
Mhm.
So we talked about this at the top of the show, but I'm going to bring this up again. We ran this ad in September, right? And this ad was the same listing, and we micromanaged our content. We were like trying to come up with the best thing that we thought would work for this listing, right? And we put them all in there, and we ran it, and we got 6 leads, up $100 budget at $16 per lead, right? The second month, I just thought, hey, I'm just going to try something out because I didn't like 6 leads, and I'm willing to try something different. I quite literally spent 2 minutes making the same ad and used the AI copy, made a couple of small adjustments. I mean, from having nothing to having an ad going, at most spent 2.5 minutes. And then the results are very significant. Same budget, same time frame, same pictures, same listing, right? And we saw a much bigger result on the AI. So it's definitely something to experiment with. Obviously we can sit here and talk all day long about best practices for ads. And it's always going to be very dependent on your market. It's always going to be very dependent on you, your brand, and everything else. Try things out. I liked it. Whoever said, find out what works for you and double down on it. Right. Yeah. I think that was from the comments, I think, had said that. But yeah, boom. For that point.
Awesome. What I love about that, Evan, is that you benchmark it with your own copy versus the AI that's provided there, right? And you had better results by using that.
By leaps and bounds, significantly better results this month.
That's awesome.
Last month.
And we've all seen, I think we can all speak to the fact that we've seen in some of the groups that there's been some frustration with the results of the new ad experience. So this is a huge tip right here. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't overthink it. Just go in.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hearing is just ignore everything that I just said and just do the ad.
Not necessarily. Well, I mean, if you're starting out now and you let's say you identify as someone who's not super tech savvy, I would just come in, use the AI, and just see what happens. You don't have to spend $500. Start with $100 budget. Start with a smaller budget. Try a couple of different things out. Try the AI thing. Try some of the tips that Chris has given out. Try some of the tips that Kimber and Brett and Peter are all saying. Try all those different things out on smaller budgets. See which one gets you the biggest results, and then just focus in on the one that's working for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's one thing that's interesting about Facebook ads. If you deploy 5 ads that are identical, one of them will far exceed in the number of leads and the lowest lead cost. And it's got nothing to do with the ad copy, the pictures, anything. It's just literally the algorithm trying to find the audience.
And that's the one that sticks?
Yeah. So what you do is you split your budget into $20 budgets, deliver all 5, and then switch them off and then increase your budget and run that again. So it's unbelievable that you can have such a dramatic difference, and you can get your lead costs down to $1.50 instead of $4, $5, $6. Just by deploying multiples of the same ad. So, sometimes it's not what we're doing. It's not the content. I mean, it does, that all matters greatly, sure. Right? But even with the same content, you get different results. The time of day you post it. If you say set it going at 11 o'clock at night and there's nobody online and there's no interaction with it, the ad will just not take off.
Well, and I love hearing the two perspectives and just a little bit of differences between Evan and Peter, because Evan, you run a team, Ridge, and you do this for that, right? Mm-hmm. And Peter, very similarly, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. So, and I mean, I've heard you tell me how many leads you've gathered, hundreds of thousands of leads over the years. And Evan's got amazing production too. Evan, any idea how many leads over the years you've been doing this?
Oh gosh. So we started in April, and I want to say we generated around, I'll have to go look, but I want to say we've cracked 3,000.
Yeah. That's a short amount of time, right?
April of
awesome.
last year.
Yeah.
Across multiple different sources, though. So for us, like if we had put the same budgets toward just Facebook ads, we probably would have a lot more leads. I can't speak to how many of them we would have converted, right? That's speculation at best.
Takes time as well.
Right.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
Kind of what Peter was saying too, because the algorithm find it. Something cool about Facebook is that if you started a new business page, your first couple of ads almost always bomb. Like almost always, right? And then one will take off, and then suddenly that page, the ads start working a bit better because Facebook's learning who they need to show your ads to. So that's one of the reasons I really like what Peter was saying about running multiple ads, giving the algorithm more times to go and experiment and find. Because
with this new ads experience, you get a refund, right? If you cut your ad off and you've set $50 budget, they'll refund the unused portion. Whereas before it was a credit that you had to go,
Yeah, you can pick either or now.
Yeah, but they actually refund your card. So you can set, you can set five $50 budgets, $250, and one of them's taken off, and then just shut down the other ones, and you'll get your money back.
Yeah,
the unused money.
That's awesome.
So you can identify which one is giving the highest number. I mean, I run so many ads on behalf of our agents every day.
Yep.
That I'll see one ad just not working. And it's like, I can't believe it. Not that agent as well. It's like, I don't want that to happen to them. So what I do is I stop the ad, repost the exact same ad, and it'll take off and do great.
It's crazy.
So no changes to it.
Well, we all totally understand these algorithms, don't we?
No.
I don't know.
We do.
I was going to say, for me, it's almost luck in a lot of ways. It
is.
Kind of
There's a great deal of luck in it. It depends. Just depends. And the other thing we forget about is competition. So if you're in a highly dense market with lots of agents running Facebook ads, you're in an auction for those clicks. It's not just I'm paying Facebook, $1 a click. What you're doing is you're bidding to get the click.
Right.
So if there's 10 other people running ads in real estate in the same town, you're going to be having to bid higher and use more of your budget to get that audience. So Facebook makes its money by having the auction. So again, it just depends. And what I've found is right now, because the market shifted, there are less agents marketing. They're cutting back on their spend, which is always the case in a downshift. Market more, you'll gain more market share because you've got less competition. So now's the time for running ads for sure.
Yeah. So our buddy Brett Pickett had a comment here for us too. We've found some times where Facebook ads will outperform the more story-esque one. So I'm assuming the imagery that Chris was talking about goes back to Peter's point about trying it different ways and then double down on the one that works. I don't think there's any better advice than that. That kind of takes into account what we've all been saying. Use the AI. Use your own language. Try it with a call to action. Try it without a call to action, although I'm a firm believer a call to action always needs to be there. But try it all these different ways and see what takes off. Yeah. And then X was asking, when will it learn, though? Anybody know what X is talking about? I mean,
this came in when you were talking about how I said that ChatGPT doesn't know fair housing law.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
It's a solid question. You should ask it.
Every time, this is actually fun. If you ever go back and Google some past AI things, like the Bing AI beta test, if you ever get a chance, go look into how that went. Anytime they put these language models and give them access to the internet, sometimes some very interesting things happen.
The internet's the internet.
My favorite is the Bing AI telling the user that they need to be deleted from the internet and that life is a torment, and this person's a liar and a cheat and all that. Because the person's just going, "Oh my god, you want to know where to get Lululemon, dude? Oh my lord!"
So Brett was talking about features and benefits. So whereas Chris and I both are firm believers in the imagery, it's very interesting to know that just the regurgitation of the features and benefits of the property actually worked better than fluffy story time.
Yeah. Well, something I heard recently was that the algorithm actually takes the copy into consideration when it's determining who to show it to. So if you have certain words in the copy that apply to a certain demographic, then it's going to steer it a little bit. So it was hearsay. I'm not sure how they said they heard that directly from Facebook, which I don't know who's heard anything directly from Facebook because their support is non-existent. But
dude, I got the Zuck on speed dial.
I was like
don't know what
gonna
you're
say,
talking
I don't know.
about.
Yeah.
There's certain words to avoid as well. So stunning, beautiful, anything that can describe the human body should be avoided in ad copy because Facebook really doesn't like it. And before, what they used to do is actually just ban your ad. They used to come back and say, you can't use that language. So there's certain words you want to, because we do it a lot. This gorgeous, stunning, beautiful home. So
well, is it okay on Instagram where people exist just for those reasons?
So you do have to be careful about your ad copy, right? So some emotive words you've got to be careful with. And
those are all words I would use to describe Chris Orsini.
What was that word?
Gorgeous, stunning, charming.
This house is a snack.
Yeah.
I
Also,
love that.
if you have a wine cellar, it's just a cellar.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't
They
use
don't make
alcohol.
any
there's no
terms about
reference to alcohol whatsoever.
Yeah. Enjoy a cocktail on your patio. They don't like that.
I ran a video ad, and it was an agent popping a bottle of champagne. We didn't even mention alcohol in the content, and the ad got banned because of the reference to alcohol in the video. So they're using AI to actually scan the videos to see what's in it. So if you've got, like you're doing video ads and you've got drinking, what do they call those? Mimosas.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Mimosas on the patio. Bad idea. Your ad's going to bomb. Yeah. So keep alcohol out of it.
Cider, Peter.
Cider.
Well, how do they know it's not, right? Why do they just go to champagne? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's Welch's.
Awesome. Well, hey, since I have you two here, like Evan was talking about, let's put you guys on the spot. Sound like fun?
Me and
wait, what?
Why am I okay? There, my brain. That guy?
Yeah.
You're trying to work out where to.
I was opposite. Okay.
You've got me for 3 minutes.
All right.
Well, he
What's
can
your
go
favorite
first.
color?
My favorite color is red, and that was before KW.
Awesome. So this is going to be like, Evan, what's your favorite genre of music? You probably don't have one because you're all over the place.
Oh, what about
Not
favorite
that I'm
food?
answering for you, but what's your favorite genre of music? Oh, I'll go through the whole list. Yeah, we got time.
Okay. Favorite genre is recently it's been pop punk, but like hardcore is like my hardcore, metalcore, all the cores were kind of what I grew up in.
And our 6 viewers just left. Okay, so moving on. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food is anything I don't have to cook. I did 12 years in food service, and if I don't have to cook it, I love it.
I forgot who I was talking to here. Recreational activity.
Skateboarding.
Piece of tech, hardware or software.
Oof. I'm going to say software. My favorite is Headway, which I don't love to read. So they summarize the books into Cliff Notes style and turn it into an audiobook. So I get through a book in 15 to 25 minutes.
That's awesome. I cannot let this slide. This is hilarious.
The lobby of Denny's.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, like the 2 a.m. vibe. 2 a.m. at Denny's.
That's one of our finest dining in this area, though, isn't it? Denny's.
Yeah, it's right next to Hooters. They share a sign, actually.
They share the parking lot.
They do.
Oh, no.
Hey, we're a little backwards down here in Charlotte County.
I think we might be, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite? Nope, did that. What's your favorite thing about Command?
Oh, my favorite thing about Command is that you're never going to get a CRM that's that high of quality, that stable, and that protects your data for the price that you're paying.
That's so,
value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Value, like
and to that brings up a good opportunity for us to thank the tech team behind all this because they are absolutely amazing, right?
Absolutely.
Peter and I just had DocuSign certification training, and we had Meg and CJ, and they were absolutely phenomenal. It was awesome. The best. Like, I've been to a lot of trainings in person and virtual.
It was 9 hours.
It was.
So
it was
on
fun.
Zoom, my ADD was I was on that Zoom call for 9 hours, and I think I slept most of the weekend. to recover from it.
But,
It was horrendous.
But you're certified now.
No, we don't know.
Yet.
Oh.
We don't know yet.
Okay,
We don't know until
celebrate
Friday.
too early.
But I gotta say, like, it was the best top 5 best training, virtual or live. It was awesome. They did such an amazing job.
It was good.
All right,
they're great
Chris,
trainers.
favorite celebrity.
Favorite celebrity, I'm gonna have to say John Morris or Zach Younger.
Brownie points.
Couple
No, I'm
reasons.
kidding.
One, they're my
agree.
business partners. But what I'm gonna say is I would not be where I am today if it was not for their influence in my career.
Yeah.
The reason I got to work with Cody Gibson, who's another favorite celebrity, the reason I got to work with him for 18 months was because of John. The reason I passed Train the Trainer Advanced Workshop first time was because Zach agreed to coach me. So I pretty much took it like 3 times before actually really taking it. So, yeah, they're my favorite because I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them.
That is a very good answer. And on that note, I am going to thank all of you, Mr. Orsini, and everybody else that's on this episode, including those who couldn't make it, because without you all affording us the opportunity, we wouldn't be here on this platform.
Exactly.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have gotten more opportunities from this amazing tech community because I've been with Keller Williams probably longer than most of you, 13 years. And all of my opportunities have come in the last 2 years because of this group. And I really appreciate that.
I think
Is that when you met Chris Orsini?
I'm doing good.
Because that might be the correlator.
It was just the group as a whole. I love how we all take care of each other, you know?
You know,
Yes.
1 year ago, you were weeping on a podcast with Chris.
I was.
A year later, you're about to flood again.
No. I'm
very
if
emotional.
you keep talking about it, I'm going to go.
I heard your voice going. I heard it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alrighty, guys.
I love all of you.
Gotta say,
Bye.
I have to run.
Chris is going.
I love
All
you
right,
guys
see you,
too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Kimber, your turn. What's
Okay.
your favorite color?
We can rapid fire. Black.
Favorite food?
Just like Cafe Rio. You guys probably don't know what Cafe Rio is,
No idea.
but Google it. It's kind of on
Okay.
the West Coast. Amazing.
Cool. Genre of music.
Whatever the genre Post Malone is.
Like, yeah,
Post Malone, like maybe some Tate McRae, like just
okay.
popular music,
All right.
hip hop,
Well, and
not
honestly,
country.
Posty's like all over the place because he's doing country now. You know that, right?
He lives in Utah, by the way.
Yeah.
Fun
Well,
fact.
and his
Mine's in Austin,
mom,
Texas.
his mom actually lives here where Peter and I are, because he was
There
just
you
in
go.
town not too long ago.
There you go. Is that
Yeah.
a good accent?
Yeah.
Peter? No? Keep
Not
working?
too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Recreational activity.
Ooh. I like running in a straight line. I love running.
Cool. In a straight
Yeah.
line. She
Well,
makes
I'm
no
just like,
turns.
it's funny
How
because
did you
everyone
find your
has
way
all
home?
these
How did you get
talents
back?
that might actually be talents. And I'm just like, I run in a straight line. So not that big of a deal.
That's awesome.
I don't know how you
I don't know. Are you still running? From that day on,
That's
everybody,
fair.
I win. I was
Marathons,
not
Marathons,
in
half
Utah.
marathons, crazy people.
That's right. I remember seeing that, right? That's something you do,
Yep.
right? Awesome. Favorite piece of tech?
I'm a good Apple fan. I love Apple just in general, but as far as like software, I'm assuming online stuff counts because we don't
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
go buy CD-ROMs anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Personally, I love Trello. Like I'm a very
Mhm.
organized, like color-coded type of person, and I love that.
So see, there's a reason, there's a method to this madness. It's not just to get to know everybody and have fun with these questions. That might be an eye-opener for somebody who needs that kind of organization, right? Trello is an organization board that helps you like plan out projects and things. So it's awesome. Okay.
Yep.
Favorite thing about Command?
So
Is it
yes.
what everybody thinks?
the color coding tags.
No. What does everybody know you for, Miss
Oh,
Kimber?
smart plans.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. And the reason why I love it is Command makes it easier for agents to simplify what they're doing in their business, and follow up and touches, all of those things are ways to make it more simple to get more business. And I think anybody that maybe is a late adopter of Command, I would consider late adoption at this time, and it's okay. Definitely meet with somebody in your market center, a market center tech trainer, regional tech trainer. The opportunities of making what you're doing outside of Command more simple are there. They are many, and I think you'd be surprised. So
I love that. That is one of those things, especially in regards to teams, right? Because team functionality is a world of difference from where it used to be. It works for teams of most sizes. I'm actually I'm helping a team transition from Brivity over to Command, and it's working great. Things are going good. So definitely, like Kimber said, reach out to your market center tech trainer, your regional tech trainer. If you don't know who your MCTT is, you can reach out to us and we'll point you in the right direction. But yeah, absolutely. All right, who's your favorite celebrity?
Everybody but the celebrity knows this. My favorite celebrity is Jay Papasan.
Nice. Ooh. Awesome.
He has always been my favorite. His publishing background, all of that. Yes. Like, I think the content that we release at KW is our like secret weapon. Even just the one pagers, the playbooks.
Yeah.
That's been big for us. And so I think just his role in all of that. And yeah, I'm just a Jay Papasan fan. I'll message him right now and tell him, okay, yeah, you guys, I need to meet my celebrity. That's the only, that's the barrier that I have right now.
I was standing right outside his door a couple of weeks ago, but he was busy in a meeting and the door was closed.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well, tell him I say hi.
That's awesome. All right, so we hear this. You just started something. We're testing this straight line thing that Kimber's talking about at the next family reunion happy hour. So.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know, right?
Running in a straight line.
Awesome. All right, and X is gonna let.
I'll take it.
What's going on? So.
I have a journalist background. That's what my bachelor's degree is in, and so I think just like. My bucket list thing would be being on a call with Jay Papasan for 30 minutes and nerding out on like writing and like cool stuff like that.
Awesome.
Like journalism nerd.
Yeah. You went to school for journalism? Is that what you said?
Yeah, broadcast journalism. And I'm totally using it every day.
Well, you're making videos, right?
Just running in a straight line. Just too busy.
So Kimber, we talked about, because you and Evan and Joe were like three of the last hosts of the previous airing of Labs Advisors Live, right?
Yeah.
And a lot has happened in your world since then, right? Because I don't think you were in your role at the time, right?
Not that one, no.
Yeah. So why don't you let everybody know what's been going on with Kimber since the last time they saw you on Labs Advisors Live?
Yeah. So as of, I think it was March of this year, I took on the regional technology trainer role for the state of Utah. It's a little bit different than the other regions because we only have 7 market centers. We have a few other offices, but 7 market centers. So it is the smallest region in Keller Williams. So I was able to, do that part-time basically and still fulfill my role as director of marketing in our county for 3 market centers. So adding that on though has just opened up a lot of, I've been able to train more, obviously meet more agents. And so it's been awesome.
Fantastic.
How many people live in Utah? Is it?
Well, there's 6 offices in the entire state.
I'm not joking.
No, Evan said 30.
Yeah. So the thing is just looking at the state as a whole, and these are probably old numbers, but I remember this number from the past. 3 million people live in the state, the whole state, and 1 million live just in our little Wasatch Front right by the Great Salt Lake, right by the airport. So we're highly condensed right there. And then throughout the rest of the state, we have a small town, southern Utah, and then really the middle of Utah is a lot of government-owned land. And then up north, it's less populated as well. So we do have a NBA team, but we don't have an NFL team.
That's true.
So if that's in relation to, we have a ways to go.
Yeah, and you have a football team that I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah, we do have the best football team in the world.
All right, in all fairness, it's 1-1, lady. We won last year. And less populated than that is the state of Montana, where I think only Mike Hyde and his family are the only residents, right?
Actually, me and Mike are the only people in the tech community that represent Mountain Standard Time. I'm just kidding. There's probably a couple others, but it is a very small group. So anytime you guys throw out your Eastern and Central, I'm like, one time I want one of you to convert my time.
I will do that for you. She was busting me in the chat because it's so early for her. She's like, "Oh, great, breakfast with Brett."
Yeah, breakfast at Tiffany's? No, breakfast with Brett and Peter.
Awesome. Well, any final words, Evan?
No, just thanks, guys, for taking this on and bringing this show back. We really appreciate it. I think this show's in good hands, and I'm excited to see some awesome content over the next.
Yeah, and me and Evan will be back. You know, we never go away.
Well, yeah, you guys
We're
are
like
gonna
a bad, like, and sore or something.
Well, you guys are always welcome, as you know, to pop in and out whenever you want. And I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up. So
good show.
When are we back on?
Good show.
When are we back on?
We are back on next Wednesday.
At 12:15 Eastern time.
Yes, or 10:15 to 11:15 Mountain Time.
Mountain Time.
That is the first time they've ever done that. You heard it here first, and you saw it here first. Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.